Okay, I think it's working now. Had some issues to even get OBS to function. Can't get enough problems in my life, apparently. But hi. Hello. It's been a while. uh, I logged into the channel. It's been about 3 years, I think, or whatever. Man, I look different from those 4 videos all recorded at the same time, and then I just never did anything else. Just kind of left the channel. Apologies for that, but I'm back, kind of, somewhat, in a way. Um, I haven't been feeling good. It's kind of just the main gist of things right now is 2026 so far has sucked. It has just been pretty bad for me. I'm trying to look more at the camera. I'm not used to it with this. I haven't done it for like 3 years. Um, I felt like I kind of needed to just make a video to kind of, I guess, come clean in a way. Nothing like bad. I'm not like a villain or something. Despite my love for anime about them, but um, no, it's not like I've done anything wrong or there's anything like oh my life is in danger like that. Nothing like that. I don't want people to get the wrong idea here. It's just more so stuff has been going on that's just sort of racked my brain more than my ADHD normally does to a point where I'm not in a good headspace. I'm just not. And I I don't want this to come off as fake or anything because it's not, but I don't know. It's just odd. It's just an odd situation. I want to kind of just talk about it briefly. I don't want to make like a super long video or make like, the 10-minute thing. I kind of just want to make sort of a brief timeline so y'all can kind of understand what I've kind of been going through lately. And it feels fitting to post on this channel because this is more where I feel this stuff goes compared to the gaming channel, which I still have. I'm still uploading to you on that one, but I feel like I just want to kind of give a brief timeline of some stuff, and then sort of that will go to show kind of where I've kind of what I've been dealing with lately, and why things have not been um, working out the best for me, and why I might seem a bit down and whatnot in some videos in my streams, which I started, and I'll explain why that might not happen as much anymore later on. But so far in this year, I've had issues with some family stuff, some financial stuff towards the beginning, which was pretty rough. That put me down to a bad patch, and that I kind of bounced back from, but it still dampened me, yeah, mentally for a while there. And obviously I don't want to get into super details and stuff because some of these things involve other people, and I want to respect their privacy as I would hope that they would respect mine in turn with stuff like this as well. And I don't want to put people on blast or anything. That's not the kind of person I want to be, and I don't want to do that type of stuff. I want to kind of stray from doing any bad type of stuff. I just sort of want to stick to the basic stuff and say like, yeah, this kind of happened, and just sort of leave it at that. So there's at least an understanding of some of the stuff that's happened, because some of the stuff is going to directly affect, I believe, content. That's the more recent stuff. So yeah, but I went through some stuff with that. That was pretty rough, but I've kind of bounced back from that, and everything's kind of going okay right now on those terms, except the finance stuff. But we'll get to that later. Um, Later on in the year, I met a girl through work, and things were going okay. We both sort of were crushing on each other. A couple of the girls I worked with played matchmaker because, of course, they did. They smelt the blood in the water, and they were like, "We got to go for it." And it was nice. It was good. Hadn't done anything like that for years. It's been almost a decade since I've done anything with anyone, and it felt good. And then it just ended up not working out. And it ended both, like, on both of our sides amicably, or at least I hope it did. Some stuff was said. We both kind of like agreed, but somewhat disagreed as well, and we both kind of went our ways. Nothing bad happened between anything. I don't think there's any lingering bad blood or anything. Nothing like that. It just didn't work out, which sucks. And that kind of really put me in a bad spot because I feel like it had been so long since I had done anything. It hit me harder than it kind of should have for as long as it was, because I think it was a bit over a month that it kind of went on, which most people would be like, whatever. But I feel like for me, it just hit differently because I hadn't done anything for so long. I wasn't used to it going wrong in a way or it not working out. And I genuinely really liked this girl. And so I wanted it to work. And when it didn't, it felt like I had failed, like as a person. And I just, like, I messed up. And then it gets all in my head. And for a while there, I was dealing with that. I still kind of am, but not really. It's sort of a thing now where if I think back to it, I just feel bad about it not working out. But beyond that, it's not really something that bothers me as much anymore. But at the time, this was around, I think, the springtime. Like, like it was still winter, so around maybe February, March, whatever. And that beat me up pretty bad. And then at work, throughout that time, I was dealing with bullying. Because of course I was. I can't seem to escape it in my life. And there was a lot of stuff going on, and this is a whole can of worms, and I'm not scared of legality or anything. Um, I ended up getting let go, and it was a wrongful termination. I say that because I understand what happened now. So with all the eggs in one basket, I know it happened. But at the time, I was very stressed out. I was getting bullied by someone in the upper echelons of where I worked, specifically not the company, just where I was, and it was not a fun time. It was not a fun time, really ever. Didn't really have anyone on my side. Kind of was just getting manhandled, and it was really rough to deal with, especially in tandem with, dealing with not working out with the one girl, and then eventually I got let go. Now, there's a lot to say to that specific story. I don't want to get into super details about it. I just kind of want to stick to the basic stuff. But I've been dealing with that, so I've been jobless since May. Since May, I have been jobless, and I've been looking, I've been applying, and I haven't found anything yet. Hopefully, that will change at some point, but so far it hasn't. I haven't even gotten an interview. The most I got was I went into somewhere for a job fair for, applying back a house, essentially. There's a new place opening up. I was like, all right, fresh start. That's not so bad. I go and sit down, hand my resume, hit the paperwork I filled out. I'm like, oh, so what are you looking for? Like back of house, whatever. I've worked that before. I have some skills for that. And they're like, oh, we're not really looking for that right now. My sit down lasted like about 20 seconds. That's the most I've gotten in since May for looking. Despite the fact that they were on Facebook, they were looking for all positions. Yeah, they were looking for back a house that day, for some reason, randomly. So that's the furthest I've ever gotten so far. It's been rough, and around when I got fired and stuff, I just because of everything and stuff, I kind of just suffered a bit of a breakdown. uh, if I hadn't talked to my sister the one night, and like as much as we don't get along sometimes, like that we have that sibling love, right? We hate each other sometimes, we love each other as well, and honestly, like I'm just thankful I have the people I have in my core, because if it hadn't been for her that night when I got let go, talking to me like I think it was like 1:32 a.m. or something, I don't know what would have happened, because I kind of had a breakdown. And going from there, it's obviously been hard on me, not having the income in the world we live in, and not being able to find work. It's just been hard. It's been hard on me, and to make things even worse, and I picked up streaming because I went to Twitch to try and stream because I had the time. I'm like, well, I'll try this because I want to do this. It's part of the online stuff. I'll try it, and I was enjoying it. But then I started having streams that had issues, drop frames, crashing stuff. I was like, I'm just getting so annoyed. I crashed out at the end of one of them, and at the end of it, later on that day, my mom came in, handed me some papers. People who were looking at the place bought it, and they're removing us. So with everything that's happened so far, to top it all off, the icing on the cake, I'm losing where I've been for 23 years. And sure, I'm 23. I should be out on my own. I should be in school. I should be doing all this stuff. I understand that. Life has just not worked out for me that way. And I've been trying to fix it. I've been trying to get my life together. and I thought I was doing okay, and then things just kind of went all wrong this year, and it's been a lot. And now I'm losing where I've been, and now my mom is stressed because, well, our rent is basically going to triple. One of us doesn't have an income, so like we don't really know where we're gonna have the money to do any of this. I don't know why the recording is lagging. That's I but anyways, it's just been really rough. And I feel like it was important to mention at least the job thing and the eviction thing, because those are two things that are going to directly relate to my content, because eventually I hopefully will get more employment, and that will change my hours and whatnot. And that's going to directly affect content. And then same with moving, I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I felt like it was important to sort of come clean. I feel like with creation, content creation, I know I'm not really a creator. I don't have an audience. I never really have. But I would like to be one. And I feel like it's important for, we all deserve a level of privacy. I firmly believe that no matter who we are, we deserve a level of privacy. We're all human. But at the same time, we also should give some form of clarity to an extent as well to the audiences that allow us to have these hobbies or these livelihoods in some cases. That, if things are going wrong, we should feel comfortable to say these things, even if we're not completely like, oh, here's all the details. So you guys can understand sort of what's going on and why we might not be in the best headspace, why things might not be coming out as often as they once were, things like that. And I feel like that's why I wanted to make this video, just to sort of come clean. Not only for me to have a way to talk and get it out there, but also to sort of just explain what's been going on so you guys have an understanding of kind of what's been going on behind the scenes for me lately. Going forward, and I know this is kind of all over the place because ADHD, woohoo! But I think going forward, I want to try to get back into doing content, at least for now, until hopefully I find something, and then obviously we'll see how that goes with the time I have available to do anything like this. But for right now, I think I want to try and find my mojo and get back to doing this, at least more frequently than I have been. I might come back to this channel properly, I think. I don't really know in what way, if it'll be like I vlog here and there, or if I ever go out of town, I just record it, hanging out with friends, whatever, I don't know. Maybe I'll do cooking stuff, who knows? I don't really have a plan. I just know I don't want to abandon this channel, and I don't know if I'm going to go back to streaming, at least for now, because even with the move, I have no idea where we'll end up moving. It's going to be wherever we can afford, and that could be a small place. There could be more apartments around. I may not even be able to really be loud or do anything, so this might become infrequent. I don't even know. So I don't want to really go back to streaming, I think, right now, because I just don't know if it'll last in the first place. So I think for right now, I might just cool it with that and try to focus on the YouTube stuff and try to keep my head on, because it's been rough, and I don't want this to be like, I know it's all over the place, and I probably don't even need to be making this video, or maybe people might even see it as cringe and whatnot. I don't know. I don't do this stuff. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm not good at being open about things. I'm not good at just YouTube in general. But I feel like I need to at least try. Because if I don't try, I'll never learn. I'll never get better at things. And I think that's what's been holding me back for a long time now. And I think if I can't get to a point where I can get over things and I can just sort of keep moving forward, then I'll just drown myself in the past of regret, and I'll just never move on. And I feel like it's important for me, as, at 23, to finally own up that I don't understand life to the extent that I probably should. I'm not ready for it, and now it's kicking me in the balls and telling me that I gotta be prepared next time, because I'm not, and it's kicking my butt. But I think this was kind of therapeutic in a way. Kind of nice to at least say it, get things out there. I can see the time's going about 15 minutes. I don't want to keep this video going on that, but I felt like I should at least say something and be honest about it, because I didn't want to even start uploading this channel without saying, hey, here's why I'm even doing this. Like, here's why I'm back. I don't want to just start doing stuff and where I'm like happy in the videos and stuff, because I always try to be. Like, this video is a little different, but most of the time I try to be happy. I try to be, smiling, make cracking jokes, things like that. Because growing up, I watched people like Markiplier, and now I watch like people like Queso and stuff. It's like they were heroes for me. Mark was like a hero to me. I could always come home after, getting bullied at school, things like that. Not the greatest life at home, things like that. And I could just sit in a freaking lawn chair I had there, literally against like the wall because the internet could barely reach my bed, which was just like right there. It used to be this way, not this way. And I would sit there on my iPod 4th gen just watching Markiplier just as a way to like cope with the reality and just escape for a while. And I'm at the point now where like I'm at the age where I can do that. And I feel like I owe it to the ones before me in YouTube who helped create me and who I am, sort of, as well as the people who've helped change me through life that I know personally. I owe it to them to get better at life. And I feel like it's just right in a way for me to try and do this stuff and sort of be like I don't think I'll ever be like Markiplier or Queso or anyone that like I hold in high regard. I don't think I'll ever amount to anything that big. But if I can make someone's day, I can make someone smile, I can make someone forget about something for at least maybe 5-10 minutes, then that'll put a smile on my face, and then at least I can be happy, and hopefully they'll be happy in return. It's that's what I want. I want my content to entertain. I want to be able to put smiles on people's faces, help them forget what's going on, even if it's just temporary, because when I grew up, that's what I needed. And if I can help be part of the solution for the next generations to come, that's kind of what I want. As long as I can do that, I think, I'll at least feel better. You know? I say a lot. And I don't really know. It's just I'm at this point now where I'm just kind of ranting. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I do mean what I say. This is how I feel. It's just I don't know. I think it's the ADHD. You just sort of rant, you ramble, and you don't really you mean what you say, but you also at the same time you fully process it. You're just sort of speaking your mind at the same time in a way. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm making myself look like more of an idiot. Who knows? But we're getting to about almost the 20-minute mark. I don't want this to be a super long video. It's way longer than I already intended it to be, and I'm probably not gonna even edit it. So, I'm gonna end it here. But to anyone who's watched my content on over on Zora999, the gaming channel, on here years ago, or even checked out the streams and whatnot, thank you. It really does mean everything to me, even though it doesn't make me anything. It doesn't do anything for me. But the fact that people are giving the content a chance, they're giving me a chance, it helps me feel like I'm at least doing something right. That's why, like, anytime I get comments, I get likes, I get a subscriber, it means the world to me because it's sort of a validation in a way to me that, like, hey, I'm doing something right. This is a good thing. Some good is happening because of what I did. And that means everything to me. So thank you to anyone who's ever supported me in any way through all the time I've been doing content creation. It really does mean a lot, and I will never not be thankful for it. Going forward, obviously, I hope to try and keep doing content. We'll see how things work out in the end. And yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of end it here. To anyone who has watched this all the way through, I appreciate it. Even if it was just me kind of ranting and saying some dumb stuff, I do appreciate it. It does mean a lot. And hope everyone can, stay safe in this crazy world. There's a lot of bad, but there is good out there. We just gotta, find it, And we're all in this together. We're all human. We gotta stick together. Because if we don't, we're not really gonna have much of a world to live in. So, I don't know. I'm at that point where I don't really know what to say, so I'm gonna end it. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope to continue making, hopefully not videos like this, but just videos in general. And yeah, stay safe, keep your stick on the ice.